Hello guys, Genuine here of Genuine Gaming, and I'm just going to share with you 5 important things beginners should avoid doing in Baldur's Gate 3. And if I ever miss out something important and you feel players should know, please leave them in the comment. So, let's begin. Number 1, avoid equipping armor and weapons that you are not proficient in. Equipping armor and weapons that your character is not proficient with inflicts heavy penalties on your character. Right off the gate, your character cannot use the skills that come along with the weapon. Most importantly, your character cannot receive the proficiency bonus when you attack with a weapon that you are not proficient with. All characters will receive a plus 2 proficiency bonus from levels 1 to 4, plus 3 from levels 5 to 8, and plus 4 from levels 9 to 12. If you are using armor that you are not proficient in, you will receive a disadvantage with your attack rolls. If you are a spellcaster, you cannot cast spells. Just be careful of equipping helmets, gloves, and boots, as some of them would require you to be proficient with certain armor types. Number 2. Avoid multiclassing till level 5. Most classes unlock their powerful features at level 5. Take for example fighters, rangers, paladins, barbarians, and monks who will get a class feature called extra attack, wherein your character can make an additional free attack after making an unarmed or weapon attack. This is a very important class feature of a martial character, as it would help you dispatch enemies with ease. If you delay in getting this important class feature would make your character weak, as some enemies in the game would already have multiple attacks as their feature. Spellcasters like warlocks, sorcerers, wizards, clerics, and druids would receive at level 5 their 3rd level spells. Warlocks, sorcerers, and wizards, they can learn a fireball. A cleric can cast Revivify, which will allow you to revive a dead companion. Warlocks at 5th level can cast Eldritch Blast twice in a round. Although I will put an exception to this, Rogue level 3 with Thief subclass, wherein you get an extra bonus action. This is a commendable subclass to integrate with your build. This is just my opinion. I cast some doubts on character builds that jump from one class to another without hitting level 5 on character level 5, as I would assume that the build is pretty weak in the game. This would make your adventure a bit difficult early game. Yes, they would show that their build is pretty powerful late in the game, as most characters are powerful in the late game because they are already at a high level. The most important in the build should be the early game, as most of your characters do not have yet enough features that would make the game easy. Unless of course you have powerful companions that would help you carry your character in the early part of the game. Number 3. Avoid overlapping spells requiring concentration. Some spells require you to maintain concentration to keep your magic active. If you lose concentration, such a spell ends. Another way of losing that spell is casting another spell that requires concentration spells. So when cast Bless on your allies, you cannot cast Bane on your enemies without sacrificing the Bless spells cast on your allies. You need another caster to cast Bane to debuff your enemy with that spell. Every time you cast a spell, always be vigilant on what type of spell they are. So casting a concentration spell on top of a concentration spell is a no-no in Baldur's Gate 3. Number 4. Avoid spreading your attacks to different enemies. One combat strategy in a turn-based RPG is called focus attack. That would mean you focus all your attacks on a certain enemy before moving to a different enemy. The main idea of this strategy is to dwindle the enemy numbers so that they also have fewer units to be able to attack you. The fewer the enemies, the fewer the attacks against you. Generally, you start killing off weak enemies and you move up to a more difficult enemy. You should avoid spreading your attacks to different enemies, as that would not immediately kill an enemy in a round. An enemy with 1 HP can still make an attack and possibly hit or even kill a member of your party. Number 5. Avoid rushing through the game. Avoid rushing through the game unless of course you are speedrunning. Baldur's Gate 3 has a lot of secret that needs to be uncovered, stories to be discovered, and of course experience points to be gained. The higher level you are moving to a different region of the game, the easier the game would become. You can only do this if you kill as many enemies as you can in a region. Now, you can only do this if you are not rushing to the end of the game. So, those are the things that you should avoid doing when playing Baldur's Gate 3. Do I miss out on something? Let me know in the comment. Do not forget to leave a like if the video is helpful, and for more Baldur's Gate 3 videos, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Ciao!